Hi guys, welcome to another episode with your favorite girls Petty Party Podcast. It is your girl Jori Aaliyah.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Michelle, aka Egypt if you nasty.
Hey everyone, just Nick checking in. Happy to be back again.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Paulette coming out the set. What's good, everybody?
Hey y'all, it's your girl Crystal, aka Champagne Chris, aka Chris F. Baby. Please say the baby. And we are back with another episode. What y'all been up to?
It's so crazy. I feel like every time we do an intro, I feel like it's like our first recording
all over again. It's always just like so like timid and like
it just never. I feel like
you never get used to it.
It's not. It's like surreal, you know. Even though we're how many episodes in?
Yeah. Sometimes you feel like head ass. Like I'm just like I don't know.
Head ass. What do you mean?
Yeah, what is
I don't know.
head ass about?
Something about intros is just so head ass to me. I don't know why, but I'm also an enemy of small talk, so maybe that's why.
Since what?
So bring the large talk.
Why do you want to be an enemy?
Chris, thank you.
Bring the large talk.
Huh?
Yeah.
You don't think? Okay, someone
big talk.
I don't know. I just don't like small talk when people are just like, oh, like.
Oh my God, Michelle, you got your braces off.
Oh, yeah,
okay, shout out to the kid. You look good. I know that's right. Wow.
Not a podcast full of straight teeth.
Period.
Literally.
Wow. Yeah, that's
These ain't veneers. These are the real thing.
Yeah.
Child, as I'm about to literally start Invisalign next month. So
really, George. Okay, I'm gonna be right there with you.
Yeah, I'm gonna be right
probably,
behind.
I'm probably gonna be right behind you too. Gotta straighten my shit back out.
I will tell y'all this, y'all. I have now had braces twice. We're retainers,
actually, you're bugging. Yeah, you're bugging. Mine was by default. Yeah, mine was by default. They took my retainers out.
Yeah, no, mine is because I broke my retainer, so like it hasn't really been the same, and my gap is trying to fight its way back. So,
did y'all ever like since we're talking about teeth? Did y'all see that Little Yachty said that he paid $19,000 for his veneer?
Never will I ever do that.
I mean, I feel like people pay more than that nowadays.
Yeah, but that's normal.
I've seen somebody say they paid 30. So for him to pay 19
for teeth?
No. Oh, I lied. 90.
Yeah.
Dollars?
Yeah,
90,000.
Oh.
90,000.
That's wild.
90,000.
That's actually wild.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's actually wild.
But his teeth look like they look good,
but they don't look like a $90,000 job. Like I feel like you should have the best teeth in the world for $90,000.
That's a $90,000 job when they look real.
But but there's a lot of people who look real and they've paid $10,000 or less, or even $20,000 or less.
Okay, maybe
$20,000 or less for sure.
Yeah,
nope. I can't lie to y'all. I've not seen it.
I've seen some good $5,000 work. Let me stop playing.
I don't even know how much
it is.
Is it good?
Yeah, probably
composite.
Thank you. I'm not trying to hate on nobody. It's just I don't. You know,
because I know somebody who had to get one porcelain veneer, and it was $5,000 for that one.
Yeah, because that's how they charge. That's how much average is like $4,000 to $5,000 per tooth. So it's like so it's like the people that are going to Columbia, they're going because it's cheaper because they'll charge you $5,000 for your whole mouth.
I'm going to Party City.
Yeah, that's why you see some people who get the veneers and only have the top half and the bottom ain't done.
The clappers.
I don't be understanding.
They gotta wait.
But I mean, you know what?
Flappers, girl. The flip.
Oh, the flippers.
Yeah, that's
the
what
flappers.
Those are.
But sometimes people like if they do that, sometimes their bottom work just low key just needs Invisalign and. There you go.
Or sometimes they just can't afford the bottom.
And I don't think you should do the top.
Yeah, if you can't afford top and bottom.
But honestly, to each his own, not hating nobody.
No,
but
that's like riding around on two wheels.
Just smile like this.
I don't know
maybe they're gonna go back and do the bottom. Maybe they couldn't do it at the same time.
Maybe I don't know the way I view teeth. I don't know, y'all.
But I'm not gonna lie. As a dentist, you shouldn't be doing that. Like that's your work. Like you want somebody to have a just clean top half and an ugly bottom half.
I
like,
will say,
where'd you go?
Yeah,
Dr. Such and Such.
Don't advertise me on that.
A lot of practitioners are getting greedy with that, but sometimes
they
you have to just do what you want.
It's a hustle.
I'm not gonna lie. I saw a hairstylist and she was like, "No natural hair," and in my head, I'm like, I know you probably don't know how to work natural hair, and what you can do, you probably don't want to do like subpar work.
Yeah,
but I still felt some kind of way.
But you know, I agree because
never mind.
Whenever
whenever
I was looking for someone to do a ponytail for me, and then people were like charge these outrageous prices. They were like, no 4C coarse hair.
Yeah,
like,
they be saying
that's
my thing is, but the thing is, if you can't do it, let me know. Versus like when I get in there and you do my half-ass do my hair. Like if you can't do my hair, let me know beforehand. Why did I even come? Because that's happened to me before.
No,
that's true, but at the same time, I'd rather you tell me because I've pulled up, I took my hair out, washed, blow dry. She told me I can't do your hair. Why you didn't tell me this to begin with? Like, what?
Can we go back to the days where everybody just learned how to really do hair? Because I'm just feeling like when you just like limit yourself to this type, you don't know how to do hair. That's really, I'm not going to lie to you. And I'm not trying to knock nobody, but I just feel like, y'all, let's just go back to the times where you really just really learn your craft. Like, at the end of the day, our hair is so beautiful. Like, you should want to know how to do natural hair. Like, to me, like, if you don't know how to do natural hair, I'm just like,
I feel like at that point, if you're doing ponytails and stuff like that, you need to learn how to do
You have to, because you're blowing everybody out.
Like,
you're straightening natural. Like, you have to learn how to do natural
One thing
hair.
I will say, like, in the same lane, though, I do appreciate certain stylists that will tell people, like, hey, your hair won't look the best, like, with what is it? With clip-ins,
type micro links,
with micro links and things like that. Because some people would just put micro links and tape-ins and anything.
I can't agree with that, because I've actually, because I follow like keep up with a lot of hair pages, and like, if you know what you're doing, you can do that.
I saw one lady that like was missing, like, unfortunately she had alopecia. She was missing a large portion of her hair. And someone went and put micro links in her hair. I'm like, that's just not the style. That's not the style for her. Like, for protection of her own hair, like, that's not it. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like people get greedy.
Microlinks got us in a chokehold now.
They do.
No, it's the tape-ins that got them girls in a chokehold now.
They're the same. One and the same.
Yeah.
Quick styles.
I mean, but look, they be looking good though. The girls that be getting it, they're
that keep up with them. They look nice.
It looks good. Yeah.
So guys, we're gonna go ahead and go into the MOTO. It's actually from one of our listeners, so it goes like this. Hi, hope y'all are good. So I recently went through a breakup not that long ago. I was living with him at his old parents' house, and I was supposed to stay there and actually move in. We had little arguments here and there, but most of it was because he wouldn't let me use his phone if I needed to, was always secretive about it. He would never just turn the phone around and show he wasn't talking to girls. He added a girl behind my back as a friend, even though he told me I couldn't have friends. He wanted me to trust him again, and I did until I found out myself, and he never showed me their convos. Eventually, we went to his little brother's birthday party, and he got drunk. When he was drunk, it was too much, and the family was a lot to take in, so I separated myself. Eventually, I told him I think I should go back home. We are so different. I don't know how I feel about the relationship. He was saying, no, don't leave, then eventually said he didn't care and that he lost feelings for me. It was downhill from there. The day we broke up, I got drunk for the first time at 22 because what he was telling me hurt me. He was saying that it didn't turn him on anymore. I walked to the kitchen and started cleaning, and he got mad that I was sad, and he said he couldn't be honest anymore. I got drunk, and he went to the restroom, and I went with him, and he asked if I could hold it, LOL, and he said no.
Wait.
Oh wait,
not you trying to get freaky with him, girl. After he just,
but I kind of feel her, girl. I've been there.
After he just
not that, yeah. But it's like,
I mean, which is, we'll get into it. Yeah, I just want to.
Yeah, I'm not gonna falter there because, okay, I'm not going to. But I don't like his response after. But
yeah, he went to the restroom. She asked, she went,
and she said, "Can I hold
it?" Stand up.
LOL. And he said no. I asked him why it belonged to another girl. He got mad and started pushing me. Eventually, he realized I was like drunk, called his dad and said I was hitting him and that I was crazy to come pick him up. So when his dad came, I ran outside and started talking to him. The dad said I was with my ex for money. I told him that I worked at warehouses. Why would I need him? He said, why do I stay if I have no future with him? So I asked your wife why she stayed, but I wasn't talking about the relationship. I was talking about what his mom told me about her first relationship.
Wait.
Wait.
What happened?
Hold on.
No, run it back.
Not you brought the mom into this.
Dad asked, pretty much told him, like, why you don't have no future with my son. So she then said to his dad, why did your wife stay with you, essentially? Like, she brought her mom.
But I wasn't,
because his mom in the past has vented to her about their relationships.
But I wasn't talking about the relationship. I was talking about what his mom told me about her first relationship. He got all mad and said he was kicking me out. Eventually, he told me that I was there because no one wanted me. Eventually, after a night of him shoving me and pushing me around and talking shit, I hit him really horribly. He bruised my wrist, but not where you can see, only where it hurts. He tried to choke me, and I realized I couldn't breathe and let go. He said he had to do it in self-defense, and I tried to apologize later, and he said to get away from him. This was my first everything. I met him at 19, and now I'm 22. I don't know what to do. He would tell me he could do whatever he wanted, and I would never leave. I told him before he kicked me out that I hope he finds a girl that makes him happy. Sorry for this long story. There's more, honestly, but it's long enough already. I'm sad it ended because I really loved him, and I thought if I fought for the relationship, he would realize that I really loved him, but he just didn't care, I guess. Thank you for advice. Any advice y'all have?
I'm not gonna lie, I really hate it for my young girls. I really do, because it's like I haven't like per se been there, but it's like I know, you know what I mean? Like when you're young, you really think that the relationship that you're in is then the relationship you're gonna be in for the rest of your life. So it's like you really do be doing like extra just to make that shit work. When it's really just like, bro, no, leave. Like you have nothing to hold on to in that relationship. Like, not to say that y'all wasn't, but it's just like that's just not. It got domestic for one, and that's just it. Never should get that far. I think that when you guys start, when it does get domestic, like that's just grounds for like leaving the relationship. But I mean, other than that, just time heals all. Like that's all. Like I don't know.
And like maybe like work on a new craft, a hobby, or something to just take your mind out of this. But I get it. I know you were 19 when you met him. Like you were very impressionable. Like and it's just I'm so sorry that you had to deal with a monster, because honestly that is what he is. And I just know moving forward things are gonna get better for you. This is not the end. You will find better. Someone better is going to come,
better is for sure gonna
come. I would just look at this as like a learning lesson on what you are not going to put up with in your next relationship. The red flags you are going to make sure you are looking out for and acknowledging when they do come up. And so I just feel like, honestly, unfortunately, every woman has to, I hate that we have to experience terrible experience to like grow, but it's like sometimes it's an experience you have to go through so you can wise up. So.
Yeah. And once it gets physical, it's kind of kind of a done deal. It is hard when you're in a relationship that at this point it's toxic, right? Because he's disrespecting you. He's saying things that hurt your feelings, and he's gaslighting
and he's
you.
He's a narcissist,
and his parents are in on it.
And not only that, when your parents, not even like your parents is talking shit to her too.
If someone you're dating's parents is bold enough to disrespect you, leave.
Yeah, for one, he's saying things like you don't turn him on and all these other things. Knowing, it doesn't matter. A guy says, "Oh, I can't be honest." As a guy, you know it's gonna hurt anyone's feelings. He says that to you, breaking up to you. And then calls his dad saying that you're putting your hands on him and all this other stuff. He's painting you as aggressive bad guy. You know what I mean? That's already bad enough. But once it starts getting physical, that is like the first sign of get the fuck out and leave. You know? And you are young, and it is hard to leave somebody that you love. But once you find the love that feels good and makes you feel good and makes you want to be a better person, you will not regret leaving this man. Leave this man quicker. By the time this episode is done, I want the text and the guy to be blocked. You know what I mean?
Literally.
That quick.
Literally.
Yeah, I definitely agree with what everyone's saying. And, just know, like, this is not, like, your end-all, be-all. You're so young. You have so much life ahead of you. So I think that it's kind of important that, this did actually happen to you early on before you were, like, maybe more tied down, like, with a child or whatever the case might be, So God definitely puts you in situations for certain reasons, So the fact that you even have an option to go back home, I think that's, probably one of your best options to do. Work, grind, get whatever you want to do, like hobbies, get a certificate, education, whatever you want to do that, and use this time, like put all your anger, put all your sadness into your craft. And I'm telling you, like, you're a boss up girl. You don't need that man. Because look, clearly he like his daddy, and his daddy clearly ain't shit. So.
That part.
Yeah. And it's just like, it's kind of tricky when people like ask for healing advice after a breakup, because there's nothing really you can say. You know what I mean? There's nothing you can say. There's nothing really good. You really just got to go through the emotions and then just kind of like, just wait till it passes. It's honestly the best advice I could give you, because it's like, bro, at the end of the day, we could tell you to do X, Y, Z, but if you want to sit home and cry, like that's what you're going to do. But I don't know. I'm sorry, girl. You'll be all right, though. It's a light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
You can get a frying pan, put some hot grits, and just throw in, whatever Dia say, just throw it at him and hit him with it.
Girl, don't do that.
But it's crazy because
don't get no charge. Like, please don't listen to her.
I feel like we can all relate to like being in a relationship and just feeling like, oh my gosh, like I do not want to leave this guy. Like trying to leave and just feeling so bad, and that feeling of feeling bad makes you want to go back to him. And you go back to him and you feel worse. Like. I feel like that's just that age. Ugh.
Yeah,
girl, free yourself.
I hate it for my young girls, man.
Free yourself. Trust me.
We've all been there, though. Not there, but there.
Pain is just so temporary. It's like,
it is. So temporary.
You'll look back however long it takes, and you'll be like,
I'm glad I left. Got the fuck out of Dodge.
But the crazy part is, I feel like because I experienced such like hardships or like sadness in some of my relationships when I was early on, now it's kind of like, it doesn't hurt as much for me sometimes, like for me personally, because I feel like now I know how to deal with it, you know what I'm saying? And like I kind of know like the different stages that I'm gonna go through afterwards. You know, I'm gonna be sad and I'm gonna do this, but then I know like I'll be okay. That's the crazy part. Like it's those times where you don't know if you're gonna be okay or not. But the fact that I know I'm gonna always be okay.
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah. And also it's called like just you're establishing boundaries. And once one of your boundaries has been violated, you just know when to dip. You know what I mean? Rather than just allowing someone to keep crossing it, just ruining you, you know? So, yeah. But you'll get through it, girl. I know. I got faith in you.
And we do not support any type of domestic violence at all. Like, that's just not what we're about. So, yeah, no.
Yeah, honestly, ladies, don't let these men put their hands on you. No. Please don't.
I said domestic.
No, I didn't. No, I...
Anyway, because I don't know what's happening here.
I don't either.
All right, so y'all gonna tell me if I'm petty. I actually don't think I was petty, but somebody told me I was petty. That's why I was like, I'm gonna ask the episode and see how y'all feel. Okay. So I guess you could say I was dating this guy or whatever, and we were.
I guess,
because I mean,
here we go.
I feel you on the I guess.
No,
stand in the I guess.
No, we're gonna stand in the I guess. Okay, so. And so he asked me a question. I'm not going to say what the question is just in case he asked everybody this question. I don't want it to be identified. But let's say he asked me a question, it was a very deep question, actually. So let's say it was a question like, if you were a dessert, what would the dessert be and why? You know, something similar to that. And so when he asked like, the way he said it was like, you know, the type of dessert that I am is this and that, and this is the reasons. And I feel like people are these kinds of desserts. And as he's like going into it, I'm sitting here like, wow, this is a really good like question. This is, you know, I feel like it's like you really get to know somebody about what kind of dessert they label themselves. Like, are you a sweet one, a savory one, a tart one, you know? So I'm thinking this whole time, like, what kind of dessert am I going to be? You know, when he asked me, like, I have to really think, you know, I can't say nothing. I can't be like Oreos and this nigga talking about souffles and like all this stuff, you know?
Creme brulee.
Yeah, you know? So I'm like,
I'm butter pecan.
You know, so I'm really thinking, I'm like, okay, I have one or whatever. And then he's going and it's like getting deeper and deeper. And then
he doesn't ask you.
He never asked me. And I don't know why in my head I was just like, so what the fuck, what type of conversation is this? I don't know why it pissed me off.
A one-sided one?
It was so one-sided, but it was like, I don't know. It was almost like, was this a flex or what? Like,
ew.
Why are you not trying to involve me in a conversation? It could have been a good one. It just turned me off so much. It just gave me the ick. And it's not like anything he did bad. I don't think it was like intentionally. I don't think he did it intentionally.
I mean, he's just being himself.
It just gave me just such an ick that I was like, I cannot do this.
Okay, so what was the petty part?
Yeah, I stopped fucking with him after that.
I don't think that's petty. I just think that you understand that y'all are not compatible and you're moving on. That's just you being grown.
Over him not.
See, I wish I could tell you
that's not petty.
Question.
That's not petty.
This. I'm saying this from how I handle situations. When I get the icks like that, I'm out too. So I can't even sit here.
Yeah, because like think about the ick.
Like
the ick is like.
But
nasty
I mean,
feeling,
but
you know
I'll say in getting the ick though, like I do communicate. Like I don't just disappear anymore. I actually communicate.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
3 episodes later, growth.
Right. I mean, it's not like I disappeared. Like I was.
That's what we're here for. I'm supposed to learn from what I talk about.
Period. I didn't ghost him. No, I just fell back, and it's like,
yeah,
I just was no longer interested. I think he kind of felt the vibes, and at one point he even mentioned like, oh, you know what, like. I'm sorry if I'm like talking about myself too much. I even told him, I was like, oh no, it's probably like, I feel like I'm really getting to know you. But like, if we've been talking this entire time and I've learned so much about you, and at no point did you ever think to ask me about myself, that's a turnoff. Because I didn't come here to listen to a TED Talk.
So were there other aspects other than just that question that you felt like he was kind of like self-centered?
I mean, and y'all don't come for me, y'all, because I know that some of y'all thought that Kevin Samuels was the second coming of Christ. But he did mention Andrew Tate.
Oh, no.
And he is an astute listener. And that was another one that was like, I'm sensitive about her. I'm sensitive. And mind you, I'm not even against Andrew Tate. I have nothing against it. But I just feel like you mentioning that you listen to Andrew Tate, I feel like to somebody who you know, it's like you're trying to test me out to see like, oh, he was one of those, oh, do you listen to Andrew Tate? And it's like, why would I listen to Andrew Tate? Do I look like somebody who would be Andrew Tate's target audience? No, but you're letting me know that
like you about to speak against something I believe in. Honestly, that's really what it is.
Exactly. You're trying to see, do I subscribe to what he's saying? And I said straight up, like there's some certain things he says that I don't subscribe to. And I mentioned some things that Andrew Tate said that was problematic, and he was like, what? Oh, I don't think he meant it like that. I don't think he meant it like that. Okay, so
you're a fan,
so you're so narrow-minded that you don't even, you know?
I think in that instance, like, you know, you're not petty because I think you were just reading the room and reading the cues, you know? So it's like, there's no point in you trying to force yourself to get to know someone when you already know, like, there's going to be clear things that y'all just not going to get together. Like, y'all are not going to fuck with each other on. So, no, I don't think you're petty in that sense. But, like, if there was nothing else and it was just the fact that he didn't flip the question back on you, then I'd be like.
But no, honestly, I mean, I'm not going to lie. Like, y'all were having an entire conversation and never not once you asked me anything about myself. That is a major turn off and red flag.
I would think. Because we don't know what the question is, but in my head, like based off of how you described it, it's almost as if like he was describing all the desserts he has had, and it's like, are you trying to put me in the category with these other desserts you're naming? Because why did you not ask me what my dessert is? Like, you know what I mean? Like, but you just.
I feel like it was more shady than anything.
Yeah, like a little bit.
I just want self.
Well, not necessarily shady, but like you keep going on about these desserts, like. What are you trying to tell me? Are you trying to tell me I need to fit into one of these? Like, ask me.
Then again, we're really assuming we don't know their conversations.
We are
really just like creating things.
Because I was like, okay, these desserts are starting to sound like bitches. And that's
I was like, but Jori sounds like, oh no.
The thing is,
that's where Jori
no. I'm 100%. I was talking about bitches.
I know she was. That's I was like, oh.
I don't know why I calculated desserts as bitches, but I did. I'm sorry, not bitches, women.
You know that reminds me of enough where he calls Jennifer Lopez. And he's like, is this my little croissant? And she was like, no, it's your little loaf of bread. Y'all remember that?
Hey, I'm like, wow.
Because he answered, he thought it was his side chick, and she was like, no, bitch, it's your wife, pretty much.
Oh, hey, baby.
No, but no, he's pretty much saying like, you know, I believe like I'm a creme brulee, or I'm a pumpkin pie, because pumpkin pie is sweet and savory, and people like to eat that every day. And I'm this and I'm that. He's like really describing all these desserts, and I'm like,
can I be
so
real?
what am I? Okay, let me think. And then it never came back around to me. The conversation just kept going and flowing in that same pattern of just like me.
Was he breathing? Like, was he stopping at all? Like,
I mean, one time I even tried to interject to be like, okay, so like, are you naming desserts in general, or just like these are just characteristics you think that you embody? And he was like, oh yeah, me. So I was like, okay. Because I was like, maybe I can, like, you know, figure out.
But you know what the crazy part is? I just feel like lately, which I think I've had this conversation with a couple of y'all, is I just feel like men lately have been really trying to flex.
Oh, Nikki, now you, because this weekend I was getting flexed on left and right.
It's been a lot. Like,
it was so sad watching.
I don't know if I'm like giving off.
Men are
like,
just sassy as fuck.
I don't know if I'm giving. I don't know if I'm
Every
giving
episode,
off.
we don't have to mention.
I'm sorry.
But no, I'm just saying. I don't know if I'm giving. I don't know if I'm giving off like small girl vibes or something like that.
Oh no, Nikki,
Paulette, because like
you know what's great? I said that. I'm
no,
like,
that's
they
the
be talking as like I'm a small girl.
It's just like.
But the crazy part is they'll do that and turn around and still try to like holler, and it's like, you felt the need to humble me before you asked for my number. Like, you didn't have to do that.
Okay.
It's just been a lot. So I don't know. I don't know if like everyone's reading the same book or something like that, like dating advice. But yeah, it's been a little bit different. I haven't been flexed on like this in years.
But you know what I really think it is? I think over time, like, we've just had a lot of experiences, and we've had a conversation with someone like this before. We've had a lot of experience, and we've experienced a lot of different things. And I will say, especially for me and my group of friends, we are not easily impressed. Like, we are just not easily impressed. And so what I think is, guys, they go out of their way to try to impress us. Sometimes it comes off as just like, now you're bragging.
Yeah, like,
you know, and it's like it's hard to hear and listen to.
My thing with men too, sometimes, like, I think it comes off as if I'm not interested anymore, but it's like me just like kind of confused as to like, and why are you coming like on this strong like that? Like,
ask
you know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of rude.
I didn't ask for your credentials.
Because let me ask y'all. So someone asked me, okay, what do you do for work? And I told them.
Oh my gosh.
I told them, I was like, you know, like, I'm a nurse. Da da da. They're like, oh, okay, cool. And I was like, okay, what about you? And he was like, you don't know.
Excuse me.
So why am I
asking? Is your occupation written on your forehead?
Then why am I asking?
I was like, y'all, if y'all saw,
I don't know.
If y'all actually saw my face, like, my mouth dropped because I was like,
no, I feel you. What?
What? I was like, am I reader? Like, am I supposed to know?
And what he said?
And he was like, oh my gosh, your face, like, you really don't know. And I'm like,
yeah, because I don't know you.
like, no,
bro, get the fuck.
Actually, I don't. And then, like, the fact is, like, he hinted at his job. I'm like, okay, like,
what was it? What was the hint?
I can't even.
You don't know.
I don't want to expose.
Engineer.
I don't want to expose him. But he hinted at his job, and then I was like, oh, okay. Like, he hinted at the type of company it was. So I was like, oh, a company like this. He's like, I can't tell you. It's top secret. I was like,
Are you an FBI agent?
No. So then why did you say you don't know what I do, but now it's top secret?
Are you an FBI? Please be
real. And you know, I'm actually tired of people acting as if they're well known. Like that's how you don't know. No one's talking about you.
Nobody knows.
No one's talking about
you. The only
you.
reason why I would have to say otherwise because I was in an environment this weekend where we were meeting people, and the way we're approaching them, we're like approaching like normal people, and they're like, "You don't know who I am?" Like, no.
Oh, we're speaking of.
Oh, y'all don't know who this is. No.
Speaking of, I do want to say shout out to Afrima for
Go ahead.
But y'all were I'm like, it's the shade for me. They're gonna be like, oh, Afrima, wow. Like, no shade, guys.
That's not shade though.
It wasn't shade at all.
Not everybody you're gonna know who they are.
No, y'all were actually in an environment that had very empowering people. You know what I'm saying? Like, and just the fact that y'all may not recognize their face, but they were empowered. Like, you know, they're big people.
Yeah.
So I do want to say shout out to Afrima for having Petty Party there to do some media coverage. So a couple of our co-hosts were able to attend. Y'all want to talk about y'all's experience?
Just the best experience was getting to meet Nansa Amadi and getting to interview him was priceless, and also meeting everyone else there as well.
No, yeah, it was lit.
It was.
I mean, sometimes I'd be sleep on Dallas, but Fremo, it was an amazing experience.
Yeah.
Like if you saw the production, the amount of time and effort that went into that, all the artists that came in, people flew in from all over the world, Tanzania, UK, Europe, Canada, UK's in Europe, I understand that, but they came from everywhere in Dallas, Texas, you know? So proud of my city, so proud of Big A and everything he's been doing, and congratulations, because the show was a success, and I got to see Flavor and Fina on stage together.
It's
lit. Like, I'm like, wow, two Evo powerhouses, like, I'm here for.
And it's so crazy, y'all. I know I'm late to the club, but I'm a Flavor fan.
You're be sick.
I was like, hey, okay, I see what
now
y'all
is the time. First of all, Flavor carried for years before DeVito. There was Flavor. Okay?
I don't know, y'all, but for some reason, I just never been a Flavor fan. But listen, when he came out stage, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Let's put some respect on a shower.
No, please.
A shower.
But yeah. Oh, and then shout out also to all the winners. Like, honestly, everyone looked great too. The designers as well. Like, y'all are doing your thing. Honestly, y'all, next year, Dallas, y'all got to be at Afrima. That was a great award show for real.
Shout outs to everyone who walked in, the designers in the fashion show. The fashion show was wonderful. We didn't get to attend the music panel, but I heard wonderful things. So maybe make sure next year, November, that y'all attend Afrima, because honestly, people who weren't there, you missed them.
Yeah, and it was actually like a rewarding and great experience as well. So
shout out to the culture.
I know that. So I know that we kind of talk about cancel culture on this podcast a little bit, and it's so crazy because sometimes I feel like it takes you seeing cancel culture from a different perspective for you to realize like how powerful it really is. So I want to talk about Kyrie. So Kyrie Irving, he is a professional basketball player. And so I want to say this is probably about a month or two ago now that he posted a link or a title.
A flyer, I think.
Something like that, to a video he had watched on Amazon. And it was, I don't know the entire background on the movie, but I guess it has some anti-Semitic conversations in parts in it, and I don't know if that's necessarily what Kyrie was referring to. I think he was more so referring to like parts that have to deal with like African Americans in the video. But the fact that there were some anti-Semitic parts in it, it became a really big deal. So he was playing for the Brooklyn Nets, I think. Yeah, Brooklyn Nets. And so at first they talked to him about it, and people were like, that's not enough. So he had made like a $500,000 donation to like a Jewish organization. They said that still wasn't enough.
I think it was the Anti-Defamation League, and I think they actually denied it, right? Did they end up not accepting it?
No, they accepted the donation.
Oh, I thought they came out later and were like, we're not going to accept this from
Oh, really? Oh, maybe they did. But whenever I had last like kind of saw it, they had accepted it. So then afterwards, people are going, like, as people are still complaining to, I forgot the guy's name. Is it Stern?
The commissioner?
Isn't his name something Stern, right? Or something like that.
Girl, you keep asking us these questions.
Let's keep it moving.
I don't know. But yeah, so they went to the sports commissioner and basically said that they feel like Kyrie needs more punishment. So then the Brooklyn Nets go on to say that Kyrie will now be suspended for at least 5 games without pay.
What?
And he now has to do basically a laundry list of things. He has to come out and like publicly
denounce anti-Semitism.
Yes, denounce it. And like basically say like the movie, like denounce the movie. He has to like do community service. He has to pay like a fine. Like it was like basically a laundry.
So on top of that, Nike pulled him from all of their all the collabs.
Nike pulled him,
canceled his shoe.
Yeah, canceled his shoe. He lost like millions of endorsements behind it. And so now with Kyrie being such a young player, you know, like hasn't been in the league that not long enough to retire. But people are talking about the fact that they don't think that he's going to come back to the league for the simple fact of the laundry list of things that they want him to do.
Well, he actually returned, I think, today.
Did he?
Yes, yesterday. Yesterday was his first game.
So my thing, the issue is that he watched the movie and posted it about it.
I don't even.
He shared the link.
He shared a link.
I don't think Kyrie watched that movie.
Okay.
And I hate to be.
I don't think he watched the entire movie.
I think he probably saw that. I think he probably did a quick Google search and was like, "Y'all need to enlighten yourselves and watch this movie." And most people I do know a couple people who have read it. I tried to read it, I tried to read it on Audible or listen to it on Audible just so I could figure out what the problematic parts were. And I will say I did get like 45 minutes in and the problematic part hadn't come up yet. But I do know that the parts in it that were problematic haven't mentioned to me because I couldn't get through it enough in time for this episode. But one of it was he did quote Hitler in it. And I think another part was when he said that the amount of people who lost their lives during the Holocaust era might have been like grossly exaggerated. So those are two things that I feel like could.
And Kyrie didn't say this. This is what was said in the movie.
This was said in the movie. But those are small snippets. So I feel like even if someone did watch it, if they fell asleep for 15 minutes and missed that part, it's very possible.
So I have a question.
So that's why I just don't feel like.
Why is Kyrie getting canceled behind that?
Because he promoted it. He promoted a film that had anti-Semitic,
But
a lot of these movies have.
But here's my question.
Never mind. Sorry.
Why is it that Kyrie's the one who's being canceled and we're not canceling Amazon?
Yeah, because Amazon's hosting it.
Amazon's the one who gave it a platform to even be seen. So why is it the fact that like Amazon, like we're not canceling that, but we're canceling Kyrie?
I mean,
or they're just using Kyrie to humble people.
That's what I think it is. I mean, Kyrie has actually had multiple problems in the NBA, so I think that like
this was like
and it kind of goes with the same. It kind of aligns a little bit with how I feel like they're doing Kanye in a sense that like it's like, oh, we want to make an example out of him versus like, oh, we really believe in like this is what it is.
But I feel like Kanye's trying to hold on to that because the fact that Kanye went through and like posted Kyrie's picture later on, it was like they're like talking. I think the caption was, "There's still some real people in this world."
I mean, but I feel like in hindsight, there are a lot of correlations between the two. As far as like, it's like, listen, y'all want us to do this because like this is what y'all are believing, but it's like so now we're gonna make an example out of you. So I think it's like we're trying to clown you, make you feel stupid. So it almost to me it gives like dance, nigga, and I don't like that because it's like y'all are trying to tell him what to do behind like. And I'm not going to say it's little because I don't want to be canceled either, but behind something so like, it's what he believes in. And again, he clarified, I am not anti-Semitic. I'm not this, I'm not that. This is what I'm trying to point out. I believe that Africans were the original Hebrews or the original Jews. And that's what I'm trying to point out. And the fact that y'all chose as a group to take something else and make it seem like I'm out of country, I'm in the wrong. And now now all my endorsements are being pulled. Meanwhile, there's people in the industry who I don't even remember his name. I'm sure if there's a guy who's going to tag me behind this, but there's a guy in the industry in like the basketball the sports industry who stole millions of dollars from
Brett Favre.
Stole millions of dollars from people. Nothing was pulled. So it's just like I don't understand like,
and then not even just that, stole millions of dollars
from his own people.
No, from people from lower like
in his own city. So that's why I'm just like nobody's talking about that. Nothing is being pulled. So I'm just like I don't understand like why all of a sudden a black person does it or Kyrie does it who they play with Kyrie before behind the whole COVID situation. So now it's just like, oh, we're gonna make an example out of you, and I don't like that. So honestly, the thing is, it's hard to kind of just be like, I feel like he's put in a hard place because it's like really, they really fucking with him. So like on some principle shit, I shouldn't come back to this, but this is like my heart and soul. So I'm going to go back. But like basketball is like
it is, but I don't think that he's gonna stay much longer.
No, much longer. No,
I feel like it's gonna be a Kaepernick situation.
No, I don't think he's gonna stay much longer for sure because it's like you're politicking this shit, and it's like it's not fair. So I just feel like I don't know. Again, he's really in a hard position because it's like for me. I wouldn't know what to do either because like I'm not. Y'all are really playing with me.
My question is, how do y'all feel about LeBron's comments?
I was just about to say, let's take it petty.
What did LeBron say?
LeBron. So pretty much during a post game interview, they asked LeBron how they felt about how Kyrie's. They asked him what he felt about Kyrie's punishment or what he was like. And he basically, him and Kyrie have played before to play together. They've won championships together. So I feel like it should have been more cohesive. Like, you're my co-host. I'm never gonna like denounce you in front of everybody, but I'll probably check you behind the scenes type shit. That's what I feel like it should have been done. And it's like, and the thing is, I feel like LeBron is so like his publicist. I think he's so like conditioned to like pleasing people. To where it's like, and that's cool because I get like, LeBron is very, very, he's a big public figure. A lot of people look up to him. He's, way more popular than Kyrie, so it's just like, I think he's been like, again, he's just been conditioned very well. And so it's just like.
What did he's just
I think, okay, I don't know if this is exactly correct, but I think he made two statements. So the first statement pretty much was just like, do you agree? And he was like, no, I don't agree. He shouldn't have said that. Yeah. And it's kind of just like, did you have to say that? Yeah. Like you could have just said,
I'm not going to speak on it.
I'm not going to speak on it, or I know for a fact he's not such and such. You know what I mean? Like I just feel like he kind of made it in a way where he was like going against him. Yeah. So then when the punishment came out, LeBron came back again and was just like,
that's unfair.
Like just let him get back to basketball. But it's like, nah,
now
bro,
you
like,
speak. When now you speak. You said because again, I think if LeBron's statement holds weight, I think what he said could have turned a lot of people's opinions around for Kyrie. So I just think that like he should have been a lot more careful what he said versus like, oh well, let me go with what the public opinion wants me to do. They want me to shut up, so I'm not going to speak on this.
But not even just that. It's like but I think that also says volumes. LeBron is more scared of getting canceled,
100%,
than he is to be able to like probably say his true opinion.
Yes, and I feel like it kind of aligns with what I said about Andy Cohen. You are more afraid of getting canceled than actually like believing what I feel like is right. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like, that New York cast was taken away because it's like you didn't want to face the backlash versus like you believe like this whole cast should be canceled. You don't believe that. You just didn't want the backlash. Mm-hmm. That's how I feel. The same thing with LeBron. Like you really don't believe what you said, but you just didn't want the backlash.
But in my head, I'm thinking like, okay, this man has hella money, right? He's a very old basketball player.
LeBron?
Yeah, he's been like the fact that he's still playing is like shocking. Yeah. Like people are like the fact that he's still playing, and to me it's kind of just like if that really is your friend. Well, I don't want to put it on him like that, but in my opinion, it's just like you're so scared to get canceled. But it's like you could stop playing basketball tomorrow. You're good for the rest of your life. So to me, it's like if you really believe in something, you're gonna not stand up for how you really. So it's like at what point do you lose like yourself because you're trying to uphold the image to the world? Like I don't know.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. I feel like cancel culture is just companies taking advantage of situations and finding ways to drop people that they wanted to drop and get out of contracts they've been wanting to drop and keep the money.
Yeah, because we see Adidas.
What Adidas did to Yeezy is crazy to me. Y'all found a way to drop the problematic guy and continue to sell his shoes and sell his designs. Like, that's wild to me.
That's like highway robbery at its finest.
They won't succeed. God doesn't like when people do
that. No, they won't. I saw when somebody said, "Oh, we gonna treat those like fakes too." I'm like, facts, facts.
And you know what the crazy part is? Like I'm not a fan of Kanye, but you can't take someone's whole design and just run with it and take their name off of it. That's that's not, especially for a black person. You can't.
We're not. They gonna treat them like the Jordan flights. Y'all try it if y'all want to.
Oh my gosh!
No, like
try it if you want to.
You see flights, you be like, what?
It's gonna be USPA compared to Polo.
Facts.
Damn. All right, y'all. So before we finish up our current events, I do definitely want to talk about some of the recent deaths, unfortunately, that we have experienced in our culture. So first off, I want to start off with rest in peace to Takeoff. Once this episode is out, we all know that he already had his funeral. I'm not sure of the date that he passed away, but he did pass away in Houston, Texas. He unfortunately
31st Halloween.
Oh yeah, 31st. So he was shot and killed in Houston, Texas. And they had a memorial service for him in Atlanta, which was really, really big. It was at the arena.
State Farm Arena.
Yeah, it was at the State Farm Arena. Huge. And It's crazy because whenever I was on social media that day, I was like, dang, I'm mad that I'm even missing it, you know? Like, I really want to see it. But when I went onto a lot of platforms, I felt like no one was like posting images from it or anything like that. So then I come to realize that his family had asked that no one film, take pictures or anything like that. So later on, whenever certain things were being like leaked I think I saw Takeoff Offset. I'm sorry.
Quavo's speech.
I think I saw Offset's speech too.
Both of them.
Yeah, I saw Offset's speech. I didn't see Quavo's, but I saw Offset's. And I was like, why would people do that?
Because people don't care anymore. People don't understand how sensitive things are. We're far from, this world is far removed from reality. Because to me, in a like if you go to someone like a regular funeral, you will respect it. Because it's a celebrity, you feel like he's not normal, but that's actually somebody's son, somebody's brother, somebody's cousin, someone's family member. He is a normal person. So why can't we give them that respect? And I thought that was pretty messed up. I really couldn't. And honestly, the blogs too that were reposting it, y'all were just as messed up too, because y'all knew what they put out and what they said they didn't want, and y'all still were promoting it. So I can't respect it, and I won't. Sorry.
I think it's just tacky. I think there was one blog in particular, and I'm not going to mention their name, but they were like live tweeting what was going on.
Really?
Girl.
Yeah, and it's just so distasteful. It's so tacky. And again, like, I get you're a blog and you want to be the first to report on things, but at the same time, it's like, at what point do we draw the line at humanity? You know what I mean? Like, this is like Paulette said, this is somebody's son, this is somebody's, you know, brother, this is family members, and they specifically asked, like, we don't want this information out. And the thing is, obviously, he's a famous person, so some of the information was going to get out eventually whenever they were ready to. So it's like, I just, you know, and I
also feel like they're going to post it.
Yeah,
I feel like they just, I feel like they want to be the ones to do it.
Yeah. And rightfully so. But I also feel like, you know, just, I feel like people have really lost etiquette as far as like everything goes. I also feel like what Carisha did was tacky. I'm so sorry. I feel like I love Carisha.
I did too.
It was like, very fucking tacky and very distasteful.
So,
and the thing is,
do
for
y'all
me,
think her
it wasn't,
outfit was tacky?
No,
or do y'all think the photo shoot was tacky?
The photo shoot was tacky. It wasn't even the outfit, because she had a coat to cover everything up.
Everything.
But my thing is, why are you posting if this photo shoot that you took with the funeral outfit on? Like, that just was so tacky to me. And even Keisha Kayor, like, girl, like, have some couth, bro. Like, this is not a fashion show. This is not a runway. This is not an event. This is not a booking. This is not.
But it was an event for them. I feel
like not a hosting. You're not a booking. You went to a funeral, sweetheart.
Which you shouldn't have your label mate.
That's of your label mate. Like, that just was so distasteful. And the fact that she even, like, I feel like,
and then had words to say back to people. It's like,
girl, it's like, just take that shit and just run with it. Like, people are telling you, like, girl, this is not okay. Like, and the thing is, people were coming at her for her outfit, and I get, like, whatever. If you want to argue with them about the outfit, that's fine. But it's just like, you posted this picture, so you went to the funeral, you came and you had a photo shoot behind people who are mourning. Distasteful.
The day up, too.
The day up. No, an hour after. Like, I don't even think I was like, that is so tacky to me. It's so tacky.
Well, you said it was an event, but it's not really an event. It's a memorial. It was a celebration of life. That is not an event.
Yeah.
They just made it open to the community because how big they were in Atlanta. But at the end of the day, it's not an event. Like,
it's not.
It's someone's celebration of life.
It's
I'm not
a time
like,
and a place.
It's like, I feel like I'm getting kind of emotional because, like, to me, like, that's pretty messed up.
Yeah.
And, like, even with everything that took place with him, like, when he got killed and what people did with that, I feel like that had played a part of why they did not want cameras there, why they didn't want people taking pictures and sending it out. And, like, y'all couldn't respect that. Like, it was kind of makes me so mad. It's just like, damn, y'all, like, gotta get it together. Come on, like.
But also, I just feel like as a society, like, as you know, everybody's just kind of desensitized with like a lot of things, so people just kind of treat things like it is another event. Like, I don't know, just even just little things that I've also experienced too, like, you know, people's phone going off here and there, and it just was like, like, I just feel like, you know, I get accidents happen, but just like, again, there's a time, like, church, I can understand, you know what I mean? But just like, I just feel like there's certain things that, like, we should just be on board with without, it goes without saying. Like, why do we have to keep constantly telling people, turn your phone off? It's a funeral service going on. Your GPS is going off. What's going on? We ain't even, it's not even over yet. Like, be for real. You coming in trying to, like, being loud. Why are you being loud trying to figure out where to sit? Just sit down quietly in the back. Be quiet. Like, it's just like people are just. Girl. I just think funeral etiquette is just, and etiquette in general, honestly.
But the fact that you even have a lost
to have
art, funeral etiquette's kind of crazy within
it's
itself.
Very
like,
crazy.
You think it's like written rules that we don't really have to talk about.
It's like you should know.
You should know. Celebrities
just
are different.
I'm sorry, people might disagree with me, but I'm sorry, there are certain colors you do not wear to a funeral.
Bruh.
It's black only. We've all talked about this.
No, I think your go-to should be black unless stated otherwise.
Yeah.
But coming in red.
Red is definitely no.
Yeah. Just like, I think it's weird.
Yeah, no. Yeah. But I do think, there was, I guess it depends on the culture, because my mom did mention something about like when younger people pass away, there's a certain color you don't wear, and I don't know how it is like back where she's from or whatever, but I told her, I was like, that's not, you know what I mean? Like, it's always been black to me. So, and she was surprised by that. So, I don't know. I guess different cultures, different things. But.
Oh, I get what she's saying, because sometimes some people just like come regular and like, cause it's like I don't know. I get what she's trying to say.
Yeah, no, she just said when it's young person, you don't wear black.
I know we're kind of on the rest in peace topic, which I don't want to make it a huge thing, but I do also want to touch base on a recent death that was also brought to the media. Her name is Shanquella.
I think it's Shanquella. Actually, I don't know.
I don't
not butcher her name.
Yeah, I don't want to say it wrong, but Shanquella or Shanquella Robinson. So she recently went to Mexico with a group of friends. And within 24 hours, her parents were notified that she had died. And from what the parents are saying, her friend said that she passed away from alcohol poisoning. And so afterwards, all the friends left the trip early, and they actually came back to where she's from. They brought her luggage and everything to her parents' house. And once again, they also said she had gotten drunk. She passed away from alcohol poisoning. Her body was still in Mexico. So, her family is trying to get to Mexico. Yeah, her body's still in Mexico. Or was in Mexico at the time. No, I'm not saying still. Like, I'm saying at this point.
No, I didn't know that. That's why I'm just like, they left Mexico without her body.
Yes. They left Mexico without her body. So her parents are trying to go to Mexico to like figure out what's happening. And so at the time, I guess, the coroner is able to then tell them, I don't know what the time frame is exactly, but they're saying that she actually has suffered a fractured neck and
I think a broken spine.
And a broken spine. Like, yeah, so there was like
head trauma.
Yeah, there was trauma. And the coroner did also tell the parents that alcohol was not involved at all in her death. So then I think that the parents tried to come to the friends about it. The friends are denying it. But it was really weird because then a ghost Twitter came out of nowhere and posted a video of them all in Mexico. And it showed Miss Robinson, unfortunately, being beat up and being dragged, being repetitively hit in the head. And she was actually put in a chokehold by another girl, which I don't know if y'all all saw the full video.
I don't want to see it.
Yeah, so there was like a very long video. And so at the end of the video, it shows another girl that actually put her in a chokehold, and that's whenever Miss Robinson actually does not move any longer after that.
Okay.
But the big thing is that there's a whole bunch of drama around it because, one, they're saying that she went on this trip with some of her best friends. Especially, I think it was like a guy that was actually like her best friend. This is a guy that brought her luggage back. They've been friends for years. And he was the one who reassured the parents that she passed away from alcohol poisoning. But when you look at the video, you hear him in the back saying, at least fight back.
I don't know if that was him.
No, it was.
Shy. I don't know if that was him. Because who was the guy who got on? It don't even matter. Yeah. It don't even matter.
See, but my thing is,
they've been going live fighting their cases.
Can I tell you, like,
cash apps?
And
they've been dropping cash apps.
Since we're talking about couth and etiquette, let me say this. That girl, the original girl who I saw that was beating on her, she was posted, and I don't know if it was fake, and I hope it's real so she can continue to rot in hell. But she was posting like, y'all want to do interviews? I'm gonna charge y'all for it. And that's why I was just like, again, I don't know if those were fake screenshots, but they were like literally she was posting on her page like, y'all keep coming on my page, so I'm gonna start charging y'all for interviews.
Yo.
And my thing is like, when we're talking about couth, we're talking about etiquette, like
this is where we're here.
Somebody's daughter.
Y'all lied about how this girl died.
Somebody's
and
daughter.
And y'all have the audacity now to say we're taking interviews. Bitch, go to jail.
No,
you're a murderer. What
not
the
even
fuck?
Jail. Go to like underneath.
I'm even mad we're talking about this video was on Twitter. What the fuck? Jail. Like that's messed up to the family. Like really, that's a video you sent to like legal people, so not Twitter.
Well, so the thing is, I think that it was actually done. I think the family actually wanted it done because
I heard somebody sent the video.
Really?
They sent the video to fight to like friends back in the States. And I feel like after people found out what happened, that's why they released it on Twitter like anonymously.
Well, they released it anonymously because the thing is, like, Mexico was basically saying that they were not going to pursue the case.
Really?
Yeah, they just put it as like a closed case, and the family's like, no, this is a murder case, you know. And so then I think whenever the family actually figured out there was a video,
the case got opened up back up.
I think the only reason why they really were able to do it is because they released it anonymously, and it got the attention, like an uproar that it actually needed. And now the FBI here in the United States are involved in the case.
Which I'm not gonna lie,
I
think they're gonna get prosecuted under Mexico law. So I hope. Oh my gosh, I just hope like
they go to prison in Mexico.
I don't feel bad for people like that. That's wicked.
They need to go to prison in Mexico.
No, that's why I was like, let's skip jail. Under the prison is where you're gonna go. Honestly, like
in another country, because I heard prison in other countries are different than here.
Remorse.
But I feel like this whole situation is like very tragic. But I think it sparked a lot of conversations, you know, about friendships. And about like just being careful about the type of people that you keep around you, and like also if you have a bad feeling about someone, you kind of have to stick to your guns. Yeah, you have to stick to your guns about it. Like there are certain reasons why you're not friends with certain people.
Yeah,
and I think it just sparked a lot of conversation. I was just like, dang, like it made me think back to like some of the issues I've had with people in my past, and I'm like wondering like, if I was still friends with them, or if I just tried to like thug it out, you know, like, or even if I went on a trip with these people, like, will these people really look out for me? Like,
right. And like, that's the thing right there. That's why, man,
I do feel like at this big age, I literally just saying this, like, you can't be taking trips with everybody now.
Not everybody can.
Like at this big age, I'm not taking more trips with people I already have taken trips with. You know what I mean? Unless it's a special circumstance, like I'm not doing it.
I have to be familiar with a lot of people on that trip for me to. I cannot be the only unfamiliar face. I can't, because me personally, when I like one thing about me, when I go out, I like to be around people that I feel safe around because I'm protected. Now traveling with strangers, I don't feel safe around y'all, so I'm not gonna even put myself in that situation, because for example, if something was to go down, y'all will not ride for me like these girls here at this table. And so like I'm not gonna even set myself up for that. And I feel like my heart's really hurting. I don't want to mispronounce her name, but my heart's really hurting for the victim and her family, because it's like, what kind of shit, man? And what kind of people are y'all to just come back? Like,
that's insane.
What the fuck? Like, y'all are too old for this type of behavior.
And then to add fuel to the fire, they're saying that apparently she had like, I think like $5,000 or $10,000 in her luggage or something like that, and that's missing.
You get like.
At the end of the day, they're all gonna get what's coming to them, absolutely, without a doubt. So it's like y'all over here doing all this talking, and one guy was acting like, "Oh, I didn't come to the second day." It doesn't matter. Y'all doing why are you telling us? If you're as innocent as you are, talk to legal people. And I also heard that apparently, like, when one of the really good guy friend that came back from the States, he spent the first 3 days like at her parents' house.
At the parents' house,
like morning. And they were just like, what were you here for? Like, were you like, that's just fucked up. You were here for 3 days trying to figure out what the hell's going on, trying to steer them a certain way, and it's like you're definitely gonna get what's coming to you as well. So.
Like, that's so evil.
Killer looking you in your face.
Sometimes when things happen, it really not even just when certain things happen, it really just like baffles me that there are evil people in this world like this. Like that is insane. So I'm really just like, one, blessed to have the friends that I do, because I don't feel like, you know, I feel comfortable, but I also feel like safe around my own friends. But it's just like, damn, like you do have people who are like, even friends that will go behind your back and do some shit like that. Like that is wild to me. Like that's wild to me. Like I've never felt like if I leave a $5,000 bag or $5,000 in my bag, that none of my friends would take that.
That's what I'm saying.
Not even $20.
I really realized anybody that will steal from you
will kill you.
They will go a lot further than that.
Like they said, if you can lie, you can steal.
You can steal, you can kill.
And I'm telling you, it's so true because I really do feel like people's morals are tested. Like people, like I said, I have left plenty of money,
in
bags,
my bag, and
everything
never
around.
to worry about that.
Have I ever thought, even if it's missing, my first instinct is never to be like,
it's me. I misplaced
exactly.
it.
It's never to be like someone took it. It's like, where did I last put it? You know? But the fact that like people will actually steal from you, I'm telling you, that's a whole different type of person. That's not the type of person you need to be around because you have to watch your back with people like that.
Yeah.
Like you really, really do. It's just.
I remember somebody came to my house and a few weeks later, I went to Nigeria and I was like, I came back. I said, is that my watch on this boy's hand?
No,
my brother said,
sir.
We will investigate. And I got the watch back and I was like, and I hope y'all aren't friends anymore because excuse me.
I'll be honest with you. I have definitely, look, my older sister knows this story very well. Yeah. But we did have someone over at my house in middle school. And next thing you know, my older sister's earrings are missing. And I go to school the next day.
I remember
and they're on the girl's ears that was at my house the previous night.
First of all, girl, you didn't wait 24 hours.
Not even 24 hours.
You didn't want to wait for her to forget that she had the earrings.
You could even spray paint the hose. You really
and it's so crazy because it's like, you know, when I was that young, I didn't see like the big deal. I was like,
what? You didn't see the big deal?
No,
we were young,
I saw that it was a big deal, but I didn't think like we just said like this person can lie, steal, kill. You know what I'm saying?
Like the audacity.
Like it's actually like a character flaw. Like it's a really.
Can I tell you something though? Because I know what you're talking about. It's crazy.
What kind of earrings were they? Like how were you able to?
Just like small,
like Charlotte Russe pearl earrings.
Yeah, they were.
Pearl. Because I was like, how? If they were hoops,
man, the way her eyes were like, I'm like, oh my, and so we're all like.
But the crazy part is, whenever I think about the person that did it, I am not friends with this person
till today.
But it took a whole nother instant, a whole nother thing to happen for me to no longer be friends with that person. Yeah. But I realized this person has been having character flaws.
Yeah. Okay, so that actually kind of but that actually kind of brings us into the topic. So I do want to know, if somebody did you wrong or treated you any kind of way, at what point do you forgive them, right? Because I feel like there's friends who I've in high school who have done certain things or maybe even said certain things in college who have said certain things, and it came around now. And college for us was over 5 years ago, but for me, you know what I mean? Even though it was a while, I don't know about high school actually, but college for sure. There's people that came around. I'm just like, girl, you was. And I don't know if even though time has passed, I still don't really, you know what I mean? We can't go to dinner together. We can't sit next to each other. But then, some people say that's childish because, again, how many years ago was that? And, nothing dramatic happened. There wasn't no stealing going on or whatever. But for me, it's like you treated me funny. So I feel like you were dubbed for life. I'm not going to lie. But how long do you kind of is it acceptable to just still feel away? Or do you feel like it's childish? Or do you kind of just let time pass? What do you kind of feel about that little gray area?
I'll just talk from experience. Actually, one of my really good friends from honestly elementary school, we fell out literally getting into college, and I never understood why. But then and it's mutual. We just stopped talking to each other. Not saying it was beef, but we just really stopped talking to each other. And it wasn't until like a year ago we ran into each other at some bro party and literally kind of started talking again. And it was when we realized we're what was really the reason why we fell off? Why were we not friends? And honestly, time kind of has to pass. And I feel when time passes, you run into that person, and if y'all were genuinely really friends, y'all gonna reconnect and really understand okay, what really happened. And now I will say we're friends. Cause we're able to acknowledge what happened, apologize about what happened, and now we're moving forward in a positive way. And I feel honestly that's the best way to do things. And that person wasn't a bad person to me. You know what I mean? I told y'all that was a really good friend of mine from elementary school. My first black friend at Deanne Elementary. Y'all, who those are watching, y'all know. So I think that's a really good story that once time passes.
But you said nothing happened though.
But
so I'm saying I don't want to. I can't. If something has
I can't really give details, but nothing really happened.
So I can say for me personally, I have tried to. Okay, so I tried to give a chance to a girl that she didn't necessarily do something to me directly, but she did do something to a very close friend of mine. And so whenever she did that to a close friend of mine, I kind of fell back from her because I was just like, ooh, like, I don't really like how the situation's going. But then I ran into the girl at a wedding and I was like, dang, like, you were actually pretty cool. You know, like, we were just talking, like, we were vibing. So I went to lunch with her and it wasn't, we were cool. Like, everything was going good. But then she, like, I think it was another time later on that she said something and it just, like, brought up everything that had happened, like, between her and my friend. And I realized, I was like, yeah, there's actually a reason why, like, I wasn't fucking with you. You know, it's like, even though you didn't directly do it to me, I still feel like you don't get the extent of, like, what you actually did. And it was wrong, you know? And the fact that you're not able to understand that extent, I can't explain that to you. You know, that's just your character. And so once again, I had to fall back from her. It's like, it's not like I was like, I don't talk to you at all, but it's not, we can't go to lunch. We can't, you know, we just can't do those things.
That's how I said, like, if I feel like if you treated me a certain way in the past, or it's like, bro, I'm not, you can't come kiki. Like, I listen to your podcast.
Thank you.
Yeah, like, girl, this is not a talking point. Like, yeah, we finna keep it at there. Like, there's no, like, oh, we finna be friends. We finna be this. We finna be that. Like, nah, like, I feel like, again, college was prime years, and I feel like that's when you build a lot of core memories, and I think a lot of your experiences matter, and they kind of shape who you are today. And so there's a lot of things that people can say to you that kind of registers still to this day, you know, and things are hurtful, words hurt. So I just feel like, again, if you hurt my feelings in any kind of capacity, I don't feel like now, today, like, again, we're talking about college, like, I don't feel like today we can be friends.
But then let me ask y'all this. Why is it, do y'all even feel like we uphold beefs more with friends than we do, like, with men?
Yeah.
In our past.
For sure. For sure. I don't know why.
But why is that?
I don't know why.
I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Like, I don't know why.
With men, like, they just temporary. Like, girlfriends, like, we're friends. Like, we know each other. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a different level of, like, you know, loyalty. You know what I'm saying?
So that's true.
I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry. Niggas get more passes. I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
But
in certain situations, I expect more out of my friends.
Yeah, like,
I expect more, because a lot of times my friends have been here longer than that guy has.
Thank you.
So it's like, I expect, like, not everything I expect more, but there's some situations where I do expect more out of my friends. It's like, I'm gonna hold you to a higher standard in this situation, in this regards, versus, like, a man I met last year.
Yeah, like,
what you trying to say, Jori?
He can't do wrong.
I don't. It just also reminds me of a situation like when someone gets cheated on and they're mad at everybody else but their
that
partner.
Nigga.
Yeah. It's like you more mad at this person. It's like, why don't you have that issue with your man? Like, why you mad at everybody else? So
no, you mad at the person you mad at the friend that came and told
like,
you.
Like Derek Jackson's wife, when she came talk about she's praying against everybody, and we just like, why are you praying against us? What did we do to you? He cheated on you, girl. Like what? But I think so. Y'all feel like it's easier to forgive men than women?
I feel like,
it depends.
I think it depends. I mean, I was in a situation kind of where I had to, like, examine, like, something similar to that, where I had a friend who, like, I fell out with, who I've since forgiven, but I fell out with them. But the situation was very unique in the sense where the friend did something where she crossed the boundary with me. But the part that really pissed me off even more was, like we said, you have high expectations for your friends, and I had no expectations for the guy involved. And I feel like the guy involved was doing everything I expected my friend to do, and that's what was hitting me more, because it's like, it's really this
when the
easy.
Guy has more
so it's kind of just like
sense than your friend.
Yeah, and it's like the guy is low-key exposing you, and it's like now you're moving hidey and sneaky, and it's like, I don't know, it just made me feel like if someone I expect less from does more than you, it makes me re-examine, like, the friendship, like, to a point where it's like I have to fall back and just re-examine. Not that it's beef, but it's like I need to just re-examine this friendship and re-examine how we got to this place where it's so easy for you to cross my boundaries that everyone else around me can recognize if somebody who I'm no longer with could acknowledge the same boundaries would have set. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's why sometimes if I fall out with a friend, it'll be hard for me to just forgive them, because as a guy, I'm not gonna lie, in my head, like, I can give a guy 10 chances, but like that just come give me another chance doesn't mean that you're getting a chance to marry. You're just getting a chance to fuck with me.
Like
to say, you know, in the back of my head, like, we're wasting time.
Yeah,
you know?
You're a time
you're
waster.
You're not in the running.
But I don't waste time with my friends.
Be lonely around here.
You know what I mean? Like,
but you know, the day, girl, like, we're not friends, but I still need someone to console me.
But you know, the crazy part is, I also, for me personally, I think the reason why I can also maybe give men a little bit more of a pass in certain situations than, like, my actual friend is, I don't know why it is, but I feel like when like women fall out, it just be like messy, you know? And then next thing you know, like your business is being told and stuff like that. So for me, men don't really do things like
you're lying. You're lying. You're lying. I can't agree there, girl.
I haven't had a man go through and tell my business.
Okay. You haven't, like, because you haven't, okay.
You know, like
men talk more than us.
I haven't had a man do that. But in a recent situation for me, like I've actually had people come back and tell me like about like someone coming and talking to them about me.
Oh, yeah.
And so for me, that's a really big deal.
I do agree, because I feel like even whenever you fall out, you're done like with that guy or whatever, like y'all going about y'all separate ways, right? And I feel like old friends, like they try to keep up, because I had to have a situation where somebody ran back to me and was like, yeah, so-and-so's asking about you. We're not fucking friends. Yeah. So why the fuck is my name in your mouth and you're asking about me? That's weird as fuck. Yeah. And it'll be beef for life at that point. Because to me, if we're not cool, why are you asking about me?
It's even bigger beef than what it originally was.
Exactly. Honestly, that's worse than the regular situation.
Because now it's like...
Now you want to fight.
No, because like, honestly, like, no, because like, Jori, I have to agree, because that kind of happened to me recently.
Now you
and,
want
like,
intel.
One thing about me is like, if I fell out with you, cool. Like, I'm not even thinking about you. It is what it is. But like, something got back to me, and now I'm like, I want to beat you up, the shit out of you, because it's like we're not friends, and that's how I feel. Like if we're not friends, we do not to be discussing one another to other people. Like, and I feel like once it gets back to me, I just feel like at this point you already know what's up after this, because it's like, you know, now you want problems. Now it's beef. Because we're not beefing anymore. We're not friends. But now you know what I'm saying? You're talking about now it's beef. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what the thing is? I don't think
people understand that.
But you know, I think the issue is that some people, they just don't have people that they can go and like tell other people's situations about. Like with me, I can go and tell y'all. I know y'all ain't gonna go and run and tell the world. But unfortunately, these people go and tell people that are messy.
Right. No, it's because they're telling. I realize that if you're telling somebody it's a message, because you're telling everybody.
Yep.
Because you should. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I know some people who are messy. And it's like when it comes down to my business, you'll never know about it. It's not because I don't like you as a person.
It's because I understand.
I just know you can't hold water.
The hole in your mouth, boy.
But if you're telling everybody, you don't know how to discern who messy or not, because everybody can know as far as you're concerned.
But I also feel like it has a lot to do with the fact that they're trying to like assassinate your character too.
Oh yeah,
and this is how I feel. Listen, look. One thing about me, everyone, like, if someone knows who you are, there's not anything someone can come and say that can taint that if they know who you are. So I let y'all talk, do what y'all want to do. I don't care. Y'all shouldn't care, because if people know you understand your character, whatever someone says against it won't even affect it. So keep it pushing.
Honestly, I don't even think it's always to assassinate character. I just think some people are nosy. And at the end of the day, if we're not cool and you don't fuck with me, then why are you asking about me? That's weirdo behavior.
Because deep down you still want to be my friend. So
that's weird.
Let's be friends.
But the thing, I don't know. I also feel like communication is just like, for whatever reason, it's harder with women versus guys. Like sometimes it's like, I don't know. Like it's
women are so weird. Like
it always gets weird and it always gets murky.
We're weird. I'm a woman.
Yeah.
But I feel like I tried to take y'all's advice on certain things, and y'all are like, okay, well, you know, don't be so quick to talk about things. Like write everything down so you can get your points across.
I never say don't.
No,
because Nikki be like, I'm gonna wait a week. I'm like, a week?
No, I do. No, on certain things, I do not wait. Like I'm like, let me just go ahead and talk about it right then and there. But people are also telling me like, no, like wait, write your points down, so that way, like when you get into the conversation, you know exactly like what you're bringing up. But I feel like sometimes when I'm having these conversations with women, they just say things that are just like so below the belt or sideways. I just be like, you know what? Fuck these points.
Nikki is.
That's Nikki.
Let's really talk about what I actually want to say.
No, it's not even what are we talking about. See, let me tell y'all something. See, that's Nikki. What I'm saying is that I was in a situation too, and like I'm one of those people that be telling Nikki, like, look, like, you know, figure out what you're going to say. Because sometimes you need to just keep up in the conversation. Like, you don't want to be a thing where it's like you start rambling and it goes into something else. Like, stick to your point. However, I am team, as soon as they start disrespecting, we're not talking anymore. Hands better fly. I don't need to talk. Like, I'm not going to lie, y'all. And I don't condone fighting, but I'm just saying, like, some people can say things and you have to understand a slap has to come after that, because we can't talk.
Yeah.
There's no talking.
Okay, so in a friendship, what do y'all feel like is unforgivable? Like if somebody does something, what do you think is unforgivable?
In a friendship? I mean, I don't know, because like
I'll give an example where I cut somebody off. She was actively plotting to fuck my ex nigga.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, once you start once you start plotting on my nigga,
she was actively plotting to, because she didn't give a fuck. She was tweeting about it on Twitter. Like, I saw with my own fucking eyes. And then you want to question why we're not friends? Like, bitch, you was trying to fuck my ex. And it doesn't matter. I wasn't checking for that person, but it's like, it was done with ill intention. So it's like, if you're willing to do that, what else are you willing to do? Like, we will never be friends because I don't need that around me. Like, what? You mad at me so you want to fuck my ex? Like,
but you know what the crazy part is? So that was actually brought to my attention as well, about someone wanting to talk to my ex, fuck my ex, whatever the case may be.
They want to fuck your ex.
Yeah. But you know what the crazy part is? I had to cut off the person that brought the info to me.
I mean,
but you know what?
You eventually,
okay,
eventually, but that ended up being part of the reason why. I feel like later on, the situation wouldn't have been as big of a deal if she had not had told me that information ahead of time, because I realized really what type of person she was. But yeah, so
she came to you and was like, "This person's trying to fuck your ex."
Yeah, she basically, a girl came to me and was like, I had lunch with so and so, and they brought up your name, and they were like, "Oh, is Nikki and so and so still together?"
Ass boots. Ugh.
And I was like, "Okay, why?" And she was like, "Yeah," because she was like, "Well, they've been talking to each other in their DMs, and she really wants to pursue him, and so she was asking me like if y'all still have any type of relationship."
But why
and I'm like,
you?
See, that's weird.
But then this is the part that I really had to think, like, this is weird. The girl that's talking to me then proceeds to say, like, I mean, Nikki, you don't need to be dealing with a guy like that, because if he's going after a girl like her and you, like, y'all just are not cut from the same cloth. So clearly he doesn't know what he really wants.
So are you here to plant the seed to make it
me not go back to this nigga? Is that what you're trying to do? Like,
yeah, no.
That was her job. That was her fucking job.
No, but
she's a mark.
No.
So
couldn't nobody come to me asking for me to get intel or just to let you know about what my friend is doing? I wouldn't care if my friend told me yesterday, fuck that nigga for life. You cannot fuck with him. Yeah. I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck what and you should not be able to come to me. You should not even feel comfortable. And whoever,
don't come for me for permission.
No, yeah, don't come for me. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I'm so gang. Listen, I am so gang. My friend could fucking do that shit. I saw her with plain sight. Nigga asked me, what?
It didn't happen.
What are you talking about? Like, I don't know what. And that happens all the time, and I never fold because you are not gonna get that intel out of me. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
But no.
And I even had to tell the girl, I was like, I hope you realize you brought a bone because this girl handed you a bone to bring it back to me.
Yeah.
So I hope you feel stupid.
Not the bone collector.
Like, I really hope you feel dumb. Like, coming to me with this, because it's like, I look at you sideways, and of course, and now I'm not really fucking with the other girl. And the other girl, y'all, this is what even is a kicker. The girl that's trying to fuck with my ex nigga. Fuck with my ex. Just a week before that, she comes to us like, "Hey, do y'all want to come out with me? Do y'all want to come out with me?
Talk your shit.
There's some rich niggas, and they're gonna take care of us tonight. And like, please, make sure you bring Nikki. She's so pretty. And da 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 da." Now y'all all better know who it was.
Yeah. No, I knew from jump who you talking about. So I knew from jump.
So they know. So she knows who it is listening to.
Oh, she better.
She don't.
No, I'm saying, does she know? Did she know?
Which one? The girl who's trying to talk to
the first person.
Probably, because she a mark.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I mean,
that was the whole point.
Who's fucking dumb? Like, you invited me out the week before, and then the next week, like, at this point,
dumb?
you think I'm dumb? Like, you know I know, bitch. Like,
who's fucking dumb for me, bro? Like, okay, like, yeah,
no.
Okay, so we talked about what's unforgivable in friendships. What do y'all feel like is unforgivable in a relationship? And
you put your hands on me and said,
No,
no.
That shouldn't be the line.
That should be the line.
It is the line.
But I'll take
the line.
I'll take it a step before. I feel like if you if you destroy my belongings, there's no coming back.
If you destroy my belongings, hands will fly.
Yeah. So we're
that
done.
brings us to the last line.
If anything, that's unforgivable.
Actually, no. I take it back because that is hands.
Yeah.
But if you call me out my name, if you talk to me in a tone that is so disrespectful, where it's like someone's like you talking to a dog, that is it. Like, me personally, I really don't like when men
or if you steal from
talk
me,
crazy. What? As a man steal?
I mean, no one's ever done that, but we put lines out, right?
Okay, talk about something relatable.
Yeah. So for me, it's gonna be if you try to mess up my credit. That's a big one.
That means you're giving him money.
No, like people be stealing credit cards. So I feel Michelle, like people really be
thieves. I'm telling you. I have
if you're trying to
they stole my credit card, they tried to hack into my Venmo account. I had spent the night at their house, and when I woke up the next morning, I had failed notifications of someone trying to get into my Venmo account.
What kind of men are out here, y'all? Like, it's so ghetto. Like,
and the thing is, I'm
actually really happy you got out of that situation because men are crazy.
But the thing is, I would have never thought. I would have never have thought like. Well, it's because I woke up the next day and like I left to go home and like I noticed I had it, but I only attribute it to him is because like something had just happened with him recently, like a money issue. So to me, it was kind of like, how am I spending the night at your house and I wake up in the morning and my phone has failed notification, like something like as if he was trying to log in on Venmo from his phone. Like I was getting notifications like type in this code.
How did he know?
But he couldn't get in because I was asleep. How was he gonna get in my phone?
No.
Man, this is how I'm like.
I'm iMessages turned off, or does it show like the preview?
My phone's on do not disturb. Ain't nothing coming up on the screen.
Oh, maybe that's why he was trying to log in to see if maybe he can get.
And the thing is, I'm saying this is all alleged, guys. I just felt after something that he had said to me, and the fact that was on my phone. Like I just assumed it was him. Like I don't know if that's true or not.
But you know the crazy part is, Jori, I had a situation like that where I think I don't know if I had like sent. Someone had asked for my address. I'm thinking like, they're trying to like send me flowers, something like that. Next thing I know, I had a fraud alert.
I didn't know where you were going.
So
that means they had no team.
I don't know what they were trying to do, but I don't know if they copied my credit card or what. But yeah, I had that. Yikes. So I had a feeling it was them too, so I cut that person off behind that.
They're gone.
I'm not gonna lie. Anything public embarrassment from a man.
That's it.
Cause here's the thing. Oh my God. It sounds crazy. Embarrassment behind the scenes is different. Public embarrassment, you will
never talk to me again.
You will not publicly embarrass me. That will be the last time you hear my name. Period.
I was just telling my sister this. You can play around if you want to, but what you're not allowed to do is play in my face. That's where I draw the line. Like, do what you want to do, but
play
what
you want to
play in my face.
Yeah.
You gotta go.
You gotta go.
Literally. Immediately.
I just want to ask, have y'all ever had a guy who just moved so sloppily that you're embarrassed about how sloppily he's moving?
Yes. My nigga, get your shit together.
I'm not embarrassed for him. I'm embarrassed for
myself.
I'm like, what vibe did I get about?
No. It's a secondhand embarrassment. I remember I Netflix and chill with a guy before, and the way I was like embarrassed for him, and mind you, this is Netflix and chill, so this is I didn't pick the movie yet. He goes to lock and it's like, hey, so and so. I'm like, hey.
Yes.
If you're gonna use a bitch's Netflix, why am I like what? And the way it was so quiet, I thought he was gonna be like, oh, that's my sister. Da-da-da. It was. You could hear a pin drop, and I was like, so you're not even gonna try to recover?
Michelle,
wait, but hold on.
Michelle, let's one up it. Whenever you log into Netflix and they're asking for your credit card info, or it won't go through.
Yeah, that's embarrassing.
No, but the thing about
stop, like things can happen.
There has been an issue with your payment.
I want to tap back into what Michelle said because I'm like, because I'm logged into a couple people's stuff. Someone I may or may not have had, relations with, but it's like I'm not logging out. I need it, so it's like
you're one of those.
But I also,
have
shame. Don't invite somebody over.
Yeah, I never. I haven't. But if you want to watch something, I'll be like, oh yeah, I got that. You want me to log out?
But you don't side eye men whenever it's another girl's account.
I've never happened to me. I've never had it happen to me, but I am logged into a past person's Hulu, and it's so crazy because I actually had a conversation with somebody last night, and it came up, and I was like, yeah, I'm logged in so and so's account. And he was like, okay. He was like, well, if you were to get into a relationship, he was like, would you log out of that account?
Exactly.
And I was like, if you're gonna give me your information, I gladly will log out of this one, but no.
I don't know. I've never thought about that. Yeah, I agree. No, I have to watch my show.
Until you're going to give me yours, no.
In that situation, yeah. If you're gonna give me yours, then no. But otherwise, I didn't watch my show.
I just feel like as a woman, it's different. As a guy, I just feel like.
Let me tell you.
But I have some truth. I'm not turning on that platform. Yeah. I'm just not gonna turn that platform.
Let me tell y'all a story. So I was talking to somebody, like we were doing the whole little Netflix and chill thing. So I logged into one of my accounts I have, and
not you left it logged in on.
I mean, I was always over there, so I need, you know what I'm saying. So my house now, so so
you left. You wanted to be found,
girl. So we was getting. I remember we got into like a big blowout, right? Y'all, as soon as I got home, I told the person in the account that I was under, change your password. There's someone doing fraud stuff. And literally, y'all, like, so literally a couple of weeks passed, like, the person hits me up and like we talk it through and like he was like, so like, can I get the Netflix login back? I was like, no. Access is denied forever. Like, get your own account.
Wow, so now him being one of those. See, and that's exactly why.
Hell no. Like, what?
I do want to circle back to what we were kind of talking about a little before when we were talking about, like, you be feeling embarrassed, like, because the way someone is moving. Yeah. I had a situation where I said to somebody, I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, you embarrassed the fuck out of me. And his response was like, and nobody saw it, so I'll say that I saw it. But the fact that, well, no, it wasn't necessarily private. It was like there was like maybe one mutual friend, right, and nobody close to me. So it was kind of the situation. I was like, you embarrassed the fuck out of me because anybody could have seen it. So to me, that's embarrassing. He was like, well, nobody saw it. So how were you embarrassed?
What the fuck?
It doesn't matter that nobody I saw personally saw it. It doesn't matter. I'm embarrassed as fuck. The fact that I seen it, I'm embarrassed for my own fucking self. And the fact that you moved that sloppily to me is kind of just like, how are you gonna tell me like what I can be embarrassed about? It's like, no, like you trying to deflect from what the real situation here is, and it's like, no.
Yikes. I feel you. That was public.
Gaslighters. It was public. I have we had a couple mutual followers. So to me, what if they saw? I don't know if they saw or not, but regardless, to me, I'm going to assume they did. So you embarrassed me, period.
Yeah, that's definitely grounds for cut off. That's what I'm saying. Public embarrassment is just, it's like, again, and the thing is, I don't care who saw it. The fact that it's on social media, that's public embarrassment. So I don't give a fuck if you have 3 followers, my nigga. That's public embarrassment. Fuck out of here. But okay. So I do want to ask y'all a question. So we're going to talk about, like, the people that wronged y'all. So looking back at some of y'all beefs, do you ever feel like, okay, you know what? I was the problem. Or this could have been my fault. And we could, we I don't know. Do y'all ever feel?
In beefs with, like, men or women?
Women.
No.
I'm sorry, women. It's not forever.
No. No, because I'm a very friendly person. So if I fall out with you, it's because it's you, not me. So, like, no.
I think I can look back on some of my situations like in the past, and I do feel like I could have communicated a little bit better. And in the sense that I think that y'all all know, like, I can be like a really quiet person. Sometimes y'all, like, I don't text a lot of people. I don't talk to a lot of people. And so I feel like sometimes I could do a better job at, checking up on certain friends. And I feel like that sometimes has caused like a rift in my, like, that has added on to like the beef that it actually ends up being, So I do think that I have learned from that and I've grown from that. And I feel like I can communicate that now better. Whereas in the past, I was just like, well, if you don't understand who I am, then like, maybe we're just not meant to be friends, that kind of thing. So yeah, I think I could have changed a little bit.
Growth, maturity. We love to see.
Yeah.
Nobody else?
No, I really haven't had that many beefs, and most of the beefs I had, people try me.
Yeah,
and that's my point exactly. So, and like that's not me trying to sound arrogant, but I'm just I know I'm one of those people I check up on people, I talk to people. So it's like if we stop being friends, it's not because of me, it's you.
Okay, girl.
We love the accountability.
We love the accountability here.
I'm a good friend.
But that also kind of brings me to my next question because, there are, like you said, Paulette, you did have a fallout with a lifelong, or somebody that you've known since elementary. So at what point, like, I don't know, I feel like cutting off lifelong friends or friends that you've been with for a certain amount of years, it never sits right with me. Even, unless they like did something drastic, it never sits right with me because I'm just like, damn, like, y'all couldn't just make it work. Y'all couldn't just talk. Like, y'all ever feel like, I can go back and I need to go back and like mend some things or like.
Only reason I'll say no because of how, like, I'll speak to another friendship. See, I remember I told you these friendships that end is not because of me. It's that person choosing not to be friends with me and not communicating why. So to me, I feel like we were never friends because one thing about me, if I don't want to be friends with a friend, I'm going to tell you why we're not going to be friends from this point on. Because I, you know what I'm saying? I respect you that much to let you know. But you can't even tell me. That means you have no respect for me. So what do I need to go work this out with you?
So what if they came to you? Do you feel like it's dead?
We'll talk about it. But like now, present day, oh yeah, it's dead. Sorry. Thank you for telling me your side. But other than that, like, we just can't be cool like that. I can't have someone around like you around me like that.
If you felt the need to feel really that way and you have nothing to say about I need you to stand 10 toes down on that. Like it's unfortunate, but no.
Like my friend, like if I call you like a friend, I view friends as family. I don't have sisters. So like my girlfriends, like those are like sisters to me. And you move that what? I'm asking you to stab. I'm handing you the knife to stab me.
But do y'all ever feel like something like a beef could have been like, you know, like a little beefaroni, you know, and then
not a beefaroni, not beef ramen,
and then like time plays its part, and it becomes something way bigger.
Oh, definitely.
Than what it actually was before.
But that's why they tell you speak on it immediately and don't wait too long, because sometimes if you wait too long,
then I feel like the narrative's gonna get carried and all kinds of stuff. And I also feel like now social media plays a role in a lot of things. I feel like because when somebody unfollows you, people say like, "Oh, unfollow." People don't need to take things personally, and I don't think I've never taken anything personally. But I do feel like with somebody that I fell out with, or maybe even somebody that I don't know. If you unfollow me, then I feel like it's kind of permanent at that point. Like it's kind of set in stone at that point. It's just like, okay, cool. Don't come back from this. You know what I mean? Because it's just like, for me, I'm going to mute you and never just check. You know what I mean? Because it's like, I've never had beef to where it's like, we got to squat, like we got to fight. It's always just like, all right, it's some petty shit. We don't got to talk no more.
It's mute.
But it's mute. But at this point where it's like, we unfollow, then it's like, stand on it.
Because I was in a situation too, and like a girl talked anyhow. And then literally after she talked anyhow, I literally put my phone down. This girl went and unfollowed me off everything, blocked me off everything, all that. It's like, so what happened?
I might have something to do with that though, because I started the train.
But to me, it don't matter.
Oh, you unfollowed her first.
I unfollowed her first.
But
she got notifications.
But it's so crazy. Like, I'm talking about myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything is like you and that person. I don't like when people like move with involving other people. Like, just deal with the person at hand.
Yeah, that's
you know
one thing I don't like. People,
that's so childish.
People inheriting beefs, adopting
people's beefs, and it's like, yo.
But I had a situation though before where somebody unfollowed me, and I didn't take it as beef. I was like, okay, like we're just not friends. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, like the reason why we're not cool is because you're mad at something petty. So to me, it's like, I'm glad you removed yourself. Like, let's not even act as if we're friends with one another. Like, let's not act like. No, I appreciate that more than anything, because it's just like,
I don't be thinking it's beef, but I just think like it's just a permanent thing. Like just don't come back from this type shit. Like, stand on it. You gonna follow each other? All right, then stand on it, because then you gonna come back and add me as a friend. What?
So then let me ask y'all this. So like, what do y'all do whenever you walk into the same room with this person? Like, let's say that y'all are walking into the same room at the exact same time, coming in at the same time, and y'all have to like walk into the room together.
And somebody who would unfollow me?
Someone that you have beef with. How are you handling it?
It depends on if it's like, is it beef or on-site beef? Because if it's on-site
it's on-site.
No, not on-site.
I'm not gonna lie.
I feel like
there's no like holding it in.
No on-site beef. No on-site beef.
For me, I'm gonna act like you don't exist. Like when I say like I don't even look your way, like I wouldn't even be able to tell you what that person had on.
Chilly.
Yeah, like you would you gonna feel the cold, it's the breeze. But no, for real, like I would not be able even to tell like what that person had on. Like that's how like I'm not gonna look your way. Like you don't exist.
And don't move in the same circle as me, because it's always gonna be you have to leave.
Yeah.
So like just know that.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm really like, you're gonna feel uncomfortable.
And it's not me.
We know,
and it's not me doing it. It's just because.
Not y'all agreeing, because I definitely said on this podcast a few episodes back, and I was like, if there's somebody around, like I'm gonna make them uncomfortable, not on purpose, but just like how y'all saying y'all gonna ice them out so much. You just said I would make them uncomfortable. That's what I meant by that. And y'all was like, no, that's not the way.
No, because we
were talking about something else.
For me, beef, I'm not gonna make you feel uncomfortable. I'm gonna act like you don't exist.
Which is gonna make you feel uncomfortable.
And that's on you, not me. If I don't acknowledge you, I'm not gonna go there and make you feel uncomfortable. I'm just not going to acknowledge you. Now, if you feel uncomfortable, that's on you. I feel like that's kind of.
And the only reason why
don't embarrass yourself and try to speak to me, because
because let me tell you,
the only reason why I wouldn't go to the extent like as making someone feel uncomfortable is because I feel like that can just be like now come off like a little bit like bullying.
Yeah, bullying. We're not friends. I don't fuck with you, and you know that.
I agree with Nikki. I agree.
It can come off like that.
Don't care.
Bullying. Not call it what you want.
No, but I'm really good at being in the same room with somebody who I do not like.
No,
and speaking to them, they won't notice.
And I've been doing that for years. And
I'm not saying that you don't have. I'm not saying like bullying is you by not acknowledging them. You don't have to acknowledge them.
We're talking about then like to actually like having sidebar conversations.
That's not what I'm saying.
I don't slick comments.
You got 5 people in this group. You only pour 4 shots. Like
no,
it's just
absolutely because I don't fuck with you.
We're not talking about that.
Actually, y'all, no, I'm queen of that. Listen, I don't. Hey.
But we're not taking shots together.
Yeah, we're not. And I'm not pouring you a shot.
But, okay.
We just not gonna take shots
cup,
together.
Empty cup and bottle. Pour your own drink, girl. Go take shots with your friends.
I wouldn't even pour 4 out of 5. It's just gonna be like,
no.
I'll pour my own one and just keep it moving.
I'm not even gonna entertain that.
I'm not. Yeah, like I'm not about to say I'm not sidebar. What I'm saying is that
I'm not entertaining
my presence and how I am is gonna make you uncomfortable because it's on you, not me. Like, but the issue is with you.
Let's start to beginning. I'm not gonna lie. If somebody's gonna be there, like, let's say if it's a setting like this, I'm not coming. I'm be honest with you. I'm not gonna come. I'll tell y'all for sure. Like, I'm not coming, y'all. I'm not gonna. Because if I'm gonna be uncomfortable, I will not be there. I don't give a fuck. I'm sorry. And the thing is, it's gotten to the point where it's like, I've had to consider what.
No, I feel you.
I've had to consider like
wholeheartedly,
like graduation, like important events. But it's just like, and the thing is like, thank God it never even got to that point because COVID hit and it was canceled. But it just was like when that came down to it, I was like, bro, I'm gonna have to see you another time. Like, I can't. Here's my thing. Like, I'm so much of an empath. Like, that is going to weigh me down. And I'm gonna be sitting there and look like this the whole time. Let me just not come. I'm not gonna come to your stuff. Like, I'm just not. I'm sorry.
Just don't catch me. Let's not catch each other around corners, in the bathroom, any of that. Cause listen,
not you on site, Paulette.
I am. There's they know who they are.
Not TTG.
I feel like in regards to that, I've never felt like I didn't have to show up somewhere, but somebody else definitely felt like they didn't want to show up because of me. And good, stand on that. I'm glad I'm still here enjoying myself with the crowd.
Like, ladies,
I'm glad you hate me that much. You decided not to come out. I actually don't have to be a bully today. Like,
not a bully.
It just came to my head. I didn't mean bully. Like, that's not what I meant. But y'all know what I'm saying. Like, thank you for not coming. I can enjoy myself with no tension.
You can't let people run you out of rooms. At the end of the day, live your life and move. Just because you're not friends with me, y'all can't be in the same room with each other. Like, at the end of the day, the one that can't handle it is gonna go.
It's not even running me out because I feel like I can stand on my own. But it's like, bro, if I don't want to be on, like, why do you have to put me in this situation? We can just hang out another time.
Yeah,
like,
the thing is, I have to agree with Crystal. I'll be honest, like, I want to be in rooms where I'm happy
enjoying
to
myself.
Be. Like,
like what I'm saying,
I don't want to be around low vibrational people.
I'm talking about,
and if you're a low vibe and like I'm a high vibe
on a bigger scale.
I don't want to be around low vibration.
But I said to say, I really don't have
trusting
no beefs now. Because I'm not gonna lie, beefs are a waste of time. It's a waste of energy.
It's always too much energy put in. It's too much energy put in. But okay, so I do want to know. Like, I feel like we kind of talked about this in the past, but I want to know. Like, do you feel like there's some situations? Petty Party Podcast does not support violence. Say that, but. Do you feel like there's situations where you feel like, damn, like, it should have been like, we should have tussled? Or at least when you got disrespected to that point where it's like, yeah, something should.
Oh, you know what?
Yep.
I mean, there is a situation, but, you know, it is what it is. And it's honestly my fault. Well, I don't know why I'm talking like this because, like, it's like anti-growth. But I think for me, it's like, I've had, I don't want to say this how it sounds bad, but in the past, I think I've been labeled a lot as just being like, oh, like she's just like, is always into trouble and is always like getting into it with a lot of people. I think I just put into so much work to like erase that reputation. You know what I mean? That a lot of time I let people make it just because it's like, I don't always want to be that person, you know? And so I feel like I was in a situation where I was like, this person's trying me and there was so many people around that I was like, oh my gosh, I know, this girl's, not saying she's a nobody, but if me and her get into it, no one's going to remember her. You know what I mean? Everyone's just going to remember that it was me fighting in the club. You know what I mean? But that day, I'm not going to lie, to this day, I regret not putting hands on this girl. To this day.
You talking about when we were together?
Yes.
Oh my God.
And I was just so, everyone behind me was like, oh, you're better than this. And I'm like, I'm not. I'm not better than this, actually.
Because the thing is, Michelle, you were. Because I was just like, Michelle, we ain't never seen this girl before. And
and I have not seen her since that
That's
day.
what I'm saying. Like, it wasn't even like...
But you know, it's crazy. Like, when you know yourself and you know, like, a level of someone tries you on a certain level, you realize, like, no.
No, the thing is, at one point, I'm not going to lie, at one point, I almost like Michelle just hit her. At one point, I was almost like Michelle just hit her because the girl she wanted a reaction
like
out of her.
Sometimes it's like
and it was like weird because at one point it was just like, okay, I'm over it, and then she was mad because I didn't want to be friends with her. I was like, we could be cool, but it's like, I'm not about to be friends with you. Why aren't you talking to me? Why aren't you? It's feel like you give me weird energy. I'm like, bitch, what? Because I'm trying not to slap the shit out of you. That's why. Just be over there. Trying to take me out of character.
Yeah, I do definitely feel like if I had put my hands on a couple people, they maybe wouldn't have tried me the way that they have.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
You gotta say, you gotta cap the tone. From my husband to say something so bad. Oh my God.
But so yeah, there have definitely been times where I was just like, you know what? If I had just beat her ass, this would all be just like said, like it'd be done.
That's crazy.
You gotta beat one ass. That'll save you so many other ass.
And like you have to. I'm telling you,
my sentiments was towards a nigga. But
beat a nigga ass?
Not even beat his. I should have not even
the first sign of a fuck up.
Yeah, I should have at least threw water in his something.
Like I tire or something.
Yeah, I should have just went out with a bang or something. At least I don't know, not even just physically hit him, but I should have just let him know this is gonna be your last motherfucking time ever playing in my goddamn face.
Nah. And the crazy part is it's like because I'm
time with men.
The thing is I feel like I'm always that friend that's just like, y'all, it's not worth beating them up.
Sometimes it is.
And I know, but then I have to think about it. I'm like, sometimes it is worth it. But I hate I know the consequences of putting your hands on somebody, and it's I feel like all the consequences are gonna fall back on y'all, and or my friends or me. Yeah. I feel like those are the people who are gonna get the most consequences. Those are the people who are gonna be talked about. Those are the people whose name is gonna be drugged through the mud. They're this ghetto Nigerian girl. All she does is fight people. Yeah. I already see it, and so I try to stop that, but. Sometimes people try you so hard, and
it's like what, and the real will understand. So it's like,
that's why don't call me in them situations. There are sometimes where I will say I am a devil's advocate. I'll be like, no, y'all can work this out. But there are sometimes I'm like, no, she actually got you fucked up.
Yeah, because I remember one time, it's so crazy because there was a situation and I chose the high road, but then I woke up the next morning, I was just like, damn, I'm still mad. So I called Michelle, girl, let me read you this, and Michelle was like. What did you say after that? I was like, I haven't said nothing. No. You need to type this out and send it because she has you fucked up.
Damn.
That's on site. Honestly, what she said is on site. And ever since then, y'all, I'm on that.
I'm on that.
Because I'm not gonna let me be honest, y'all.
No, because she had you fucked up.
Yo, because one thing people man, you girls don't fight. I'm like, pretty girls don't fight, right? However, when someone has you fucked up, I just feel like violence is never the answer. But this is my
TTG,
thing,
bro.
I'm not TTG. It's just I don't tolerate disrespect.
Sometimes people fuck around and they have to find out.
Yeah. And so I feel like if you're watching this,
find out.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I feel like if you watching this and you understand what I'm saying, then them hands better fly next time I see you.
What?
That's good.
Not on the same episode we gave a disclaimer earlier about violence.
No, but what I'm just saying is that
no, we're just kidding.
People need to understand that you need to watch how you talk to people.
Yeah. Sure.
And you cannot talk to people like you talk to your other friends. Because some people, they don't tolerate that bullshit.
Yeah, some people don't tolerate
and I'm one of those people. I don't tolerate bullshit, especially from catty women. You will not talk to me like I'm one of them. And I will show you that I'm not one of them. Yeah. So I don't fight, but I'll slap you. So
I don't know. I've never think.
I don't fight, but I'll mush the fuck out of you. And if you
decide
to fight,
mush, that's fighting, Michelle.
No, but I feel like you can retaliate.
Yeah, then we can fight.
I'm not gonna lie. Thank God, I've never had to feel like I don't know. Never been in
someone pushed me, and I had to swing back.
Nikki.
If I would swing back and somebody pushed me,
I was so afraid for that girl. I was like, she's about to hurt. No, because y'all I literally saw that girl push Nikki. I'm like, oh no, girls, will you fucked up? She's about to beat you up. She has to beat you up. Actually, you did this in public.
In public,
girl.
See, this is my thing. I feel like I don't know about inheriting beefs and stuff, but I feel like when it comes to my friends, more specifically my siblings, is up forever. Because here's my thing. I remember my sister came. My sister came and was like, "Oh, so and so this," and this was we're all prim. We're young. We're all prim and proper. I was like, "Tell that girl she gotta see me," and she was like, "Really? Yes, absolutely. Don't ever talk to my sister." And my sister's such a sweetheart, and you talking to her crazy. No, it's on site about my sister. I don't care. It's on site about my sister. I do not.
Me and my older sister have way too many stories about people we beat up in duos.
I'm dead at beat up. That reminds me of I think my brothers were they had to be I was 8. So maybe they was 7 or 6. They was in the playground, got into it with this guy. I still remember his name, but I won't say it, DeAndre. So they got into it with him and they got beat up, right? So when they came home, they told my mom and they were like, oh, some guy was messing with us on the playground. He beat us up. And I was like, one guy, and it's 2 of you. And one person goes, what did you do? She fired their ass up. It was like, no, there's 2 of you. You guys are brothers. And how can 2 of you get beat up by one person? The next day, I feel like my mom turned my brothers into monsters.
Savages.
After that, it was like,
tag teaming. Hulk, tag me in.
It was so bad to the point where it's like, you talk to one brother, it's like everyone's already looking like, nah,
don't talk to him, bro.
It's a wrap for you. And then my older brother, he would not let my younger brother fight for nothing. So it was like, if you even open your mouth to my younger brother, it's like, you already know. by the time we get to lunch, it's who you? Come here. It's like my mom don't care because it's like, see, you can't don't fuck with the family.
But if inheriting friend beef though, I will say though, like this table, y'all are gang. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like if I tell y'all like, oh yeah, I don't fuck with this girl because so and so reason, they not gonna fuck with her. I mean, they may like, and it depends on the situation. Obviously, it's not petty where it's like we're bullying, we're kind of trying to ice somebody out. But literally, if I tell Jori like, oh yeah, this what happened, she like, I don't fuck with her, and that's just how Jori would not. Jori's like, I don't fuck with her.
Be like,
I don't like her.
So when we ride now, like what we about to do? Like, why are you involving yourself?
Yeah. Jori, what you
want me to do?
Because I just feel like if you can do somebody close to me like that, you will do it to me. I'm sorry, like no,
yeah.
Oh my gosh. Ugh,
but it does feel good as a friend. Like, yeah, she don't fuck with you either. And I always go have these girls, so what's up now? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
And I have no friends.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah,
I feel sorry for y'all.
What?
I feel sorry for the people. Like,
what people?
Anyone who don't like me, they don't like you either.
Yeah,
and anyone that want to fight me, they gonna fight you too. We gonna tag y'all.
I bet you won't fight me. Well, guys. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Make sure you guys are subscribed to our YouTube, our TikTok. Make sure you're subscribed on whatever listening platform you listen to us on, and please leave a comment review. Please, 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 please. We know y'all are here. But yeah, anyways, this your girl, Jori Ali, is signing out.
Not Ricky Mistake.
That's my alarm. I'm only at home at this time of the night.
Etiquette.
Yeah, low-key. Podcast.
I mean, Jori is
I'm on point.
She on point.
We're behind, so this wouldn't happen under normal circumstances.
Oh, yeah, true. All right, bye, y'all. Sugar Michelle, a.k.a. Shelly Says, a.k.a. Egypt If You Nasty.
Bye, everyone. Just Nick.
And this your girl, y'all. I have one thing. I know we're entering the holidays and sending love and light to anybody that's recently lost a family member, anyone going through a holiday by themselves. Like, you're not alone. Sending love and light. Sugar Lamakala signing out. Holla.
Bye, y'all. Sugar Crystal, a.k.a. Champagne Chris. Until next time.
Bye. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, y'all.
Happy Thanksgiving, bitches.